Hey folks, this is Noble Rambler, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Banished. We're using the Colonial Charter mod version 1.6, the Forge Awakens, and we are in our town of Ramblington. And still doing a to-do list, catching up on all the little things that need to get done. And while we're to-doing, how's this coming? We are in early summer, so these are all planted, but we're waiting for the different seedlings to sprout and take off. Get a good hot summer day and all of a sudden they just bloom all over the place. Kind of fun to watch. Of course, I'm running at 5 speed. If I were to take it back to 1 speed and run a little more naturally, wouldn't quite see things move as fast. So off we go. I like the way that moves around like that. Okay. Little simple pleasures, right? So, to-do list. Rid of the forest stockpile. So we kind of settled here. Got a couple more houses going in. This one's done. This one's building. Not quite. Well, tell you what, we'll pause that guy. That's probably clogging up our workers. Though I'm sure there must be another building site out here. This one just got finished. Chopper is being worked on, but that's still 0 of 1. So there's another job somewhere that I didn't queue up that's got the workers busy. We'll find it. Oh, I know what it was. It was over here. This guy. Nope, still 0 of 4. Where are those workers working? Builders are, boom, working. Ah, that's right. We had them work on these guys. So we've got a root cellar at 17% full, one that is just finished, and one that just finished and is off by a notch. Ah, the hill moved in. Yeah, the hill's at a diagonal. We'll leave it just like that. So we had a pathway going here. He comes in right here. Okay. And we should still have room for butchers to sit in here if we need to. Okay. So we can still butcher in front of these storage spaces. No problem. Okay. Well, that's good to know. And last episode we got our new fancy storage barn in, which I'm really liking. They head in and do their things, pick up their supplies, head back to their houses, and got our colorful supplies sitting in our boxes. These are probably the furnace fuels, the bricks, the firewood, the building supplies. Log cabin just got done. Sand in buckets, glass, stone, homewares, and building supplies. Okay. Those are fun to look at. So the log cabin is in, the chopper's going in, and he's going to need an employee. 4 people are already working. One of them must be the sawmill. I think that's what's going on. That's why there's 5 now, when there's only 4 firewood jobs. How did this ever end up? We still have just 1 working here. We have 8 laborers again, so we've been graduating people out of our school. Good. 11 students. 19, so there must be 8 of them over here. 8 of them, yeah. So, food is still in good shape. We'll go ahead and pop 1 more fisherman in. And he chose one of the other ones. Alright, that's fine. You know, we never did put a road to here. There's a mistake. Now, he's most likely going to live here, rather than come out of here. Let's go ahead and work on roads. That's also on the to-do list. The roads in the forest node. So let's run 1 there, and I think we'll just leave it there. So I want to come, let's see, not wrong button, Q and W. Let's come out of here and come straight in like that. Now we've got a small barn here, which is going to fill up pretty quick with fish and the gatherer. Now he's being hauled out of at the same time by this guy, who's not that far away. So we may still be fine on storage here. We'll have to wait and see. So a merchant came in. He is selling us deer. Now that's interesting. We've got, of course, we got lots and lots of venison coming out of here. So I think I'm going to stick to my decision of last time to hold off on more animals. Here's venison and leather. Hold off on more animals until we can get more farms going in, more pastures. Remember they're called? Pasture. Because if we get a blight in here, we're going to need to move them to this guy, and we don't have another backup point right now. So we'll get at least 2 more orchards coming in, and at least another crop coming in. And maybe we will continue building down here with more of those, or maybe we're going to wait and get a second agriculture area. That would be the smart thing to do. If we get a tornado going through one swath of the map, it'd be nice to have a backup system somewhere. So I'm kind of playing with this area, agriculture, and this whole area here is our city, our main city, maybe all the way down to the docks. And that's where we'll start playing with our new dock system, our quay wolves, key wolves, walls. I mean, it's spelled like, it looks like quay, but I think it's pronounced key. But anyway, I'm paused, aren't I? So that's right, deer. So we're not going to do deer right now. So we'll send you out and get back to our roads. So we've got a road that comes down into here. It'd be nice to connect this area with over here. We're already connected up into this area, but it'd be nice to diagonal back down and get into this area. So let's do that. So let's go ahead and grab the country road, or mossy road. And where? Let's come, okay, right off the same diagonal here. It diagonals right there, so let's, well, it's hard to see where that begins. Right there. Shift. Nope, that's off by 1. So we'll grab here. There we go. Take that off into this area, see where it lands. It comes right up into there. I like that. Alright. And I know if they're going to head to the housing, they're probably going to want to grab this road too. So we'll take that in. Boy, that hides. Where is that? Let's see if I can hold all these buttons. Nope, I lost it. So we'll try that again. So it's in line with this, and we're stopping. Boy, I had it in my sight. There it is right there, the diagonal. So I think that is safe. Okay, so diagonal to the front and road over to the back. So they have access to these houses. They have access into the stockpile, into the barns, and we're fine there. So next one on the list is the boarding house. We're very fortunate. We're 30 years into this, and we've only had one tiny little fire. Where do we want a boarding house? It doesn't need to be a super convenient place. It can be. It's not going to be used permanently, so we certainly don't want to waste, downtown real estate with it. But I think we could get out over here. We'll leave this one. Boy, that'd make a nice little park, wouldn't it? Right along the water. Industry is potentially going to encroach town a little bit here. This guy is grabbing all of the trees here. This guy is grabbing this area. We have this available and up into here. So I'm thinking the boarding house fits really good with the idea of a church. Bring in people, or there's an emergency and they need housing. They're going to head to the church and the boarding house set up next to them. So I'm playing with that. Boarding home. We've got a town lodging. These are the houses that stack against each other. Town lodging is an approved boarding house. Oh. I have never played with that one. Oh, I see. So it's the town architectural look versus this guy is more of a country look. So we'll go with country look here, and we'll go with town over on the other side. reverse that. And up against the... we'll leave a space. We'll do something like that. Merchant at the trading post, a laborer died, and someone else became a laborer. We got a lot of laborers right now. So we can go back to the idea of adding more laborers into industries. Tulip seeds and kale seeds. Let's do the kale seeds. I still haven't gotten confirmation on what tulips do. I went to the wiki and it seems like when I typed tulip into the search, it didn't even come up as something that exists. So the wiki is actually kind of sparse on this on Colonial Charter right now for some of the items. On Google, people were talking about this being a tradable item, and it's worth a lot. So maybe our firewood did come back, and they're not accepting anything that we grow, only things that we make. Although herbs they're accepting, because a poultice is something that you make, and it's all lumped into one category. So we could officially get both of these. So let's do that. Let's go ahead. We'll find out what tulips are, rather than keep asking the question, what are tulips for? So, firewood is still in good shape. We'll go ahead and use the whole load there, 500. And herbs are not. So, the idea of grabbing all 500 is not going to work that well. We need to get, that reminds me, a doctor in town and an herbalist in town. But what else dare we raid? Let's leave this one up, grab this guy. How are we doing on lumber? We have lots of logs. There's no reason why the lumber industry should have ever turned off. And yet we have 0 lumber. What am I missing? Why would we have 0 lumber? There's 50 lumber there. Quantity, so we're looking at things in the stores, not in people's houses or anything. So nothing wrong with what I'm doing. Wow. Lumber is made at the sawmill. The sawmill is making lumber out of logs. As far as I can tell, it's employed. There's no circle with a slash through it. No, employed would be a question mark. Circle with a slash means they're out of materials. We've got lots of logs. Why are we not pulling in, let's see, wood stockpile, so we don't have any wood coming into here. It'd be nice to have the sawmill closer to a maybe that's what we need to do. We definitely have logs sitting in here and in here. Our logs are going to be stored in this area. So our sawmill guys are going to have to walk all the way over there and back. And sawmill only has 1 employee. So it's not like one can be delivering while the other one's doing the work. So material limit is fine. Fuel limit may have been an issue. The quantity of lumber lands in fuel. No, it would land in materials. That's right. Firewood is the fuel. Okay, so lumber goes there. So what am I missing here? Is it just that he doesn't have easy access to the logs? Are the logs over here? Logs. There's 2 logs over here, and I'm thinking that the chopper is probably absorbing all of that. So I wonder if we want to get a non-water wheel sawmill out into the forest node. That might be a smart idea. We clicked on here, this area is available, and this area is available. This zone in here, well, this encroaches a little bit into it, but right here is available, and he can draw logs from both directions. Let's think about that. If we were to mothball the other one for now, we're going to leave it in place because it looks good, but there, this guy, a sawmill versus a water wheel sawmill. Produces lumber or firewood, allows up to 3 cutters to work. Allows up to 3 cutters to work. That's strange. It says it allows 3 cutters, but it doesn't default to saying that one of 3, unless I turned that down and didn't realize it. I probably did, so that we wouldn't lose people working at our woodcutters. So I tell you what, instead of building another one right now, let's up this to 3 and see what this thing can do when there's more people. Alright, we'll go with that for now. We're still lumber out of logs. Alright, so we don't have any replacement lumber. We're not going to use this lumber. That's what I was getting to. We do have pottery here. Pottery here, go back to by name. Pottery is 1 because we're packing it all the way into here, which is why we stopped building the building materials. Homewares? Pottery and furniture for homewares. So we're needing more pottery to continue to do the next one, and we're out. 1 must have just shown up. And when he goes to get that, then he'll get 4, and then he'll have furniture to continue the job here. So we could, I'm thinking we're going to take our pottery down. There's a lot of stuff in here. To, well, I didn't want to go that far. We'll take it down to 10. And we'll spend, well, we'll take it down, well, I'll leave it there. We'll spend the 3. Well, we do have enough building materials and home materials, home supplies, whatever they're called, in stock for a while. Home wares, 27. We're fine. We'll spend the 13 for now and get this trade coming in. Okay, so that is available. So 13 of pottery is available. We probably could get another pottery potter. How's our clay quantities? We don't have a lot of shore houses up and running right now, so it's very possible that we've used up all of our clay. So yeah, so there's still a lot more of a basic economy type buildings we've got to get functioning and get going, kind of streamline some things. So we're not anywhere near being able to run this economy at full steam. That's still many episodes away. So we're going to go ahead and spend the pottery. And bricks, we have 50 in stock. That's probably all that I moved over. I didn't want to spend a lot of our building supplies at this time. We'll go ahead and use all 50. That goes up by 5s, and other things go up by 20s, and it's kind of random. So lumber we're not going to touch. Furnace fuel, I'd rather not, but we do have quite a bit here. So we're not going to get to spend our herbs. Let's go ahead and dump 100 into there, just to get our number up a little bit. We may be abandoning one of these seeds. If I were to use all the firewood, which I still could, we can afford it. We are really just coming in at 1 seed. So I think we're going to stop there. So which one? More food or the experiment? Let's go with the experiment. That didn't work. Backspace, there we are. So 2,500. Let's see what tulips do. And we'll be sure to set tulips into our trader so we can start selling it. Of course, if this one doesn't buy mulberry leaves, he's probably not going to buy tulips either. So it's not going to necessarily work all the time. What would we prefer not to have touched? We need to pull back 425. Going by 25s, 13 would be 325 right there. Let's take back that. Not touch our pottery. So 100. Bricks are in 6s. That hurts the brain a little bit. 4s work. Furnace fuel, though. Be nice not to touch that. So let's head back 33 of those. So 67. That could take something else out and get that just right. We'll call that good enough. So trade and dismiss. Turn the game back on, and let's go plant tulips. Done with you. Done with you. Tulips. Take it down to 1 farmer. We'll add 1 in. And we're going to put tulips in here. Hold off. I'm not. Well, I guess now I don't have a choice, do I? I was going to switch it over here, put the flowers at the end, and leave this as a crop. Let's try turning off work. Let's see if that does it. Yeah, that'll do it. So tulips over here. And take that down to 1. Okay. We are late winter. Wow, we're late winter. Did it snow this time? I don't remember seeing anything go white. Maybe it did. I've been paused for a while. But I'm thinking that we made it through winter without snow. So this guy is just about maxed. This one, we're at 1/4. No honey. There is a little bit of honey there. These guys, 3rd, nothing, and nothing. Okay. 2, 1 out of 1. Okay, housing. Alright, so we got our pathways in. We're not going to deal with the sawmill right now. So I'm feeling pretty good about this area. We're going to just leave him alone. So, let's see. We do need to get more shore houses going to get more clay coming in. Doctor. Let's get the doctors going. I'm liking a hospital right here. So, a hospital, that's town services right there. And a hospital, which is going to need... stone is low and iron is low. You know, I never did deal with that. Let's hold off here. Stone is coming in from the quarry. And the quarry has done what? We're bringing in 100 a year right now. We're not doing a lot of aggressive building at the moment. We're not going to put another weaver on. So we don't need to worry about upping our stone at this point. Though we could put a few more workers in there. But iron we do need. And we've got iron all over the place. We've hardly touched the iron yet. So let's go ahead and queue some iron up while we've got all of these workers available. Don't want to take it all out. Iron would be a good thing just to kind of leave... well, we'll pull it all out of the force node at least. So all the iron out of here. But I do want to kind of leave some of the natural resources sitting around just to give a little variety to the landscape. We'll leave this pile on whatever doesn't get built. We'll be there. Now we've got... where's some large quantities available that... down in the farmlands. Let's take this whole group out of iron. And we'll take this group out over here. Okay. Trees are starting to encroach from the sides and come back again. But yep, that's what I was thinking about earlier. If we were to clear cut a whole area, the trees would not come back, except that they will gradually grow as the, as a forest naturally would. Just kind of creeps into the meadow. But to clear cut does wipe everything out. So there's that flower that we had seen. I want to say like a wild azalea or something. I'm not sure. They did clear out all of the herbs in the area. Whatever the food was that was in there. So doctor we were working on. I get distracted easy. There's so much to do in this game. Ducks. I want ducks. Well, I say that, and I remember, like last time I said that the hunter does get ducks. So really it's just for the fun of it, though we're not showing it here. And we're not showing it here. So it's not dependable. We do want lots of feathers. We're going to get feathers from the chickens. But let's go ahead and do ducks. If we have to clear out, in fact, we can probably put one more small pasture right here as our backup. And for that matter, I guess we can pop one more in right here, a big one as a backup, and go ahead and put a third animal in. I think if we get pigs, we're going to want to do that. That'll give us 3 main meat groups. So let's put ducks in there. We didn't buy chickens, but we've got leghorns, so that's comparable. And here's our tulips. Would you look at that? Very pretty graphic. I like that. So, before that gets forgotten, let's tell this trader to add tulips. Whoa, that moves quickly. And let's add in... No, I'm not going to yet. Let's wait till we have tulips in the system and see if they start disappearing. And if they do, then we'll start to figure out what it is that they're doing with them. Once we have a large supply and that's obviously doing nothing with them, then we'll know that it's meant for trading. Okay, so we're not going to set that up yet, but we are trading for ducks. So let's get that done. Ducks. Firewood we tapped last time. And I doubt we've replaced yet. We almost have. We are making firewood at a pretty good rate right now. Okay. So, ducks, we'll go for 4 of them. So we need 2,400. Firewood, that's going to give us 2,000 right off the bat. I'm looking over here. Tools are starting to suffer. Coats they're lower. They're not at 50, but that could just be a wave of children being born or something. But tools we're starting to see a decrease, and that may have been the being low on iron. Well, no, iron would never got to 0. It is still positive. Logs have sure dropped off. Boarding house took a big chunk right there. Okay. Alright. So, tools I'm not going to touch, and I'll pass on the coats too. So, 500 of these guys, and we'll do the rest in food. So, mushrooms was what we had the most of when we checked last time. So let's get 400 mushrooms. And this trader, we actually have something to trade, and we don't have anything else to spend it on. Alright, so trade, dismiss. Thank you, Danielle the rancher. And turn that on, and let's go move in some ducks. Alright, so this one is going to be... Oh, I clicked the wrong one. This one is going to be ducks. We're going to put a farmer in there. And we're going to turn on the work. Alright, boarding house just finished. Good, good, good. Now we can... I didn't know that. The coaching inn. Upgrades to a coaching inn, better living conditions, and much higher capacity. Some resources from the existing building will be reclaimed. There may come a time later when we're going to wish we had done that. If we have a fire that's more devastating than just a couple of houses, let's go ahead and do that. So, there's the boarding house the way it is now. Just to give a visual of it. What was that last one? Stonecutter crushed by a rock. Ouch. That'll make your eyes water. And we want to pull the trees out of here. Just a little bit too much there. We'll go ahead and clear that out so we can see what's going on here. Okay, so what were we working on? This one is not a high priority. It'll happen when it happens. We got the trade done, and we're working on the doctor, which is in this area as well, and it was not going to fit here. So, town services, doctor, we were at this point here. So he is not going in at this place. So is there another place that is logical? We could give him this corner. Yep, that would work. So doctor lives there. And that one we'll keep an eye on. That's only 10 logs, thankfully. We've got to start taking a good look at our log production, see what's happening there. While we have laborers, how are our foresters? That's probably somewhere that we've stripped out. Foresters 5 out of 8, so right there is a quick solution. We'll see where that goes. Anything else we've stripped out? Hunters, 6 of 6. Gatherers, 8 of 8. Let's just take a peek through here real quick. Builders, we can leave like they are. Oh, working our way down there. Fishermen are fine. Food is outstanding. We're going to run out of storage here soon with the food. In fact, I guess we need to start concentrating on trading with food. Get those numbers back down. A fuel refiner. That, speaking of trading, fuel refiner. Potter. Okay, that was in this. Let me move here. Not there. Fuel. Blacksmith. That's here. Smelter. And the fuel refiner. Okay. He's taking firewood and making furnace fuel. We've got plenty of furnace fuel, so I don't feel the need to up that one more time. If we're going to up something, we're going to up our pottery and brick and shoremen, our shore houses. That's where we need a boost. So fuel refiner we're going to skip. Herbalist, 1 of 2. So these guys default to 2. So we're going to take him down to 1. And we want to get another one in right next to the hospital. So while that's being thought about, let's make that happen. And he's not going to go in either place, so he's going right here. He or she. And that takes out our 1 stone. We're going to do that. I want to save our Plymouth Rock, our Ramlington Rock. I'm going to save that one. Now, I've never used the apothecary. Creates the other medicines that go into the generic medicine category of stored medicines rather than herbs. So this one must make the herbal poultices and things like that. Alright, and that one will fit in this area. Just like so. Hospital, leave a space, and we got room for one more of something right there. Okay. Still like our little tiny houses here. They're kind of fun. Got all those shows on TV now, this reality shows of tiny houses, searching and finding just the perfect tiny house. So this is done. So that's off the list now. Still have a trader waiting for us who wants to sell us wool coats and frock coats. Quite expensive. We're doing fine on coats. I think we're going to leave this. We're going to eventually upgrade our tailor and get more going on there and get more variety anyway. Now, tools. What is with the tools before we go any further? Tools is here. Blacksmith. 62 last time. We're 36 going into early autumn. That's somewhat consistent with last time. We have logs and iron available. Iron. Plenty of iron in storage. There's still iron over here. There's still iron right there. So, don't know why tools dropped. I don't remember trading in tools lately. So I don't know. It may be that we called for tools into here and they finally arrived? No. I think they've always been there. So I'm not sure. This guy is the one who makes the iron. He only made 40 last time. A whole year and he's making 40. Why is that? Iron ore and furnace fuel. The furnace fuel is stored right here. And there's not very much, so it's being pulled out and brought over to here. No, he's not. How much does the economy have? Furnace fuel is still over 200. Oh, when we sold, did we sell furnace fuel? Or did we back off on that? We may have sold some. We may have backed off. I don't know. I wonder if the trader took it out of here, and that's why there's so few to refill himself. Don't know. So, if we got a second smelter going, that would maintain our iron counts better. So maybe that's the answer. Although, yeah, I'm seeing 1 of 1. Let's pop a second one in. Right here. So, smelter would be here. There. Small smelter versus a forge. Oh, forge. A foundry. Makes iron out of ore and furnace fuel. We already have them built. Let's do it. Turn him back on. Throw another employee or 2. Now everything's happy. Yeah, we're going to let this one run. Tool limit of 50, and we're down to 16. It may be time, reserve of stone is low, time to get another blacksmith going, and maybe that one we can upgrade, or upgrade this one. Yeah, let's get into the blacksmith going. So we did not build our second smelter because the foundry covers that, but let's go ahead and get a blacksmith going. So that is that guy right there. And we want to road through here. So if I were to do something like that, right there. And let's pop a road from here straight across to there. Alright. This guy we want to keep an eye on. It's going to take 32 logs, which we don't have right now. So we may have had a lot of logs. That's right, we clear cut this area. That's why we had such a surge of logs. It wasn't that we were making it. We artificially filled it up. Ah. Oh, wow. We've got some choices. We have got some choices. Oh, let's see here. Oh, what do we want to plant? Beetroots. Broccoli we've got. Carrots we don't. Sorghum. What was sorghum? I'm trying to remember. I've used that before. I'm trying to remember if that's something that you mill like wheat, or if that is something that acts like reeds and you can make rope out of it. Your rope maker is under the weaver here. Hemp, flax, and reeds make ropes, so that's not sorghum. So I think sorghum grinds up into a wheat, or into a flour. Got cotton seeds. That might be kind of fun to start the cotton industry. You know, let's do that. Now let me think here. That goes into a plantation. Okay. I'm pretty sure that goes in a plantation. In fact, I wonder if the tulips would have gone into a plantation if it wasn't food. I don't know. We'll have to build a plantation and see what choices pop up. So let's buy one cottonseed. 19,000 food. So we need to deplete some food real fast. We need to solve all the food that's in here. In fact, what do we want to get rid of? 1,000. Oh, that's right. Got to hit my backspace. Wish there was one more placeholder in here. Onions, 500. So I was doing the 999s to get rid of having to get rid of that 0. 500. And herbs, we don't have that much flexibility. So we've got 4,000 right there. What else is there we want to get rid of? Mulberry leaves. We probably have a ton of them. Been growing them for years and years, and we don't have a silkworm industry going yet. Where am I? Right there. Mulberry. 2,300 mulberries. So, yep, all 500 of these. Bricks. I guess I should leave this up right now. Bricks, we've got more than we're going to be using for any time in the near future, so we'll do 50 of those. Cabbage, there's more foods. Okay, 500 cabbage and 500 broccoli. Cabbage 11, broccoli 10. Alright, we can do that. So now we're at 5,700. So if we want cotton seeds, and then I'm kind of thinking we want... Oh, I don't think we ever bought anything that you grind into a flour. So we could do rye. I'm assuming rye does that. But it might be nice to see something like strawberries or carrots pop in as well. This does scroll, but that... Oh, there is more. Rock melon. Now there's something I've never heard of before. I didn't even know that existed. So we've got to see what a rock melon is. Alright. 7,500. Ooh. Okay. What else can we get rid of that we want to get rid of? So we've got lumber and pottery over here. And we got firewood over here. There's 2,000 more, so that's 77. So let's... Firewood is empty, though. Okay. And we are at early winter, so we don't want to tap that one right now. So what do we want? What are we willing to tap to get 7,500 out of this guy without bankrupting our town? So really, this is what's left. So let's furnace fuel for 100. Alex, I'll take furnace fuel for 100. And we're at... I didn't go as far as I thought it would. Okay, well, pottery... I don't think we're going to make it. If I do all of this, I think we're still a bit short. Darn. Let's find out. 15. And we'll go ahead and steal this lumber. We're starting to make it again. Let's steal this lumber. 200. We're at 72. Herbs. 100. And there's 76. Alright. So let's get back some of the lumber. So we're 174 too much. So that's 25. And tell you what, let's just pop it down this way. Alright, 14 more. These are in 25s, nothing in 15s here? No. So if we take our lumber down by 5 more, that should do it. So 155. Okay. We must trade an additional 6. Okay, I miscounted that one. 57. Alright, that's close enough for us. We'll leave this alone, and let's see what we get. So, we are getting rock melons, and we're getting cotton. Trade, dismiss. And we are well beyond our time limit on this episode. So, rock melon and cotton. I have to remember that next time. So, folks, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye now.